Buenas noches, people, and welcome to the Circuit de Barcelona-Catalunya here in Spain for what is a beautiful Spanish afternoon here in Monday Race Club. It is Monday the 15th of November 2021. It is 7:02 GMT, and you are welcome to Tier 2 of MRC. And joining me in the Spanish commentary box this evening with some nice air conditioning is Carl Edens. Carl, how are you, sir?
Not too bad, Gav. Apart from being in this sweat box, which is the Spanish commentary box.
Not too bad, Gav.
Exactly. This is it. In Spain, we've got a bit of a yellow flag already, folks. So we are in Spain for the Spanish Grand Prix. It's a circuit that the drivers will be used to, given the fact that a lot of the F1 teams do practice here. But it is a circuit which is going to bring a lot of challenges, which is always going to be good for everybody. Just posting the stream into the various Discord channels. There we go. And it's good evening to everybody. And again, those who are driving this evening, please do let us know what the weather is going to be like. Could it be a bit of a wet race in Barcelona, or is it going to be fully dry? That's the question.
Just in my opinion, and I hope we have a wet race because I'd love to have like Spain '96 vibes. Oh
yes. Michael Schumacher and the Ferrari. Well, we're talking of the Ferrari. We're just watching Tomo 222 and Andrew's just saying it's dry throughout.
There's a lot of a backup on the pit entry because of people having to wait for people to go into turn one.
We'll keep a wee eye on that. We're just watching the Ferrari of Tomo just going round at the moment. We will do our on-track guide in due course for those. But again, we've already got a bit of a mixture of strategies, Carl. Those starting their sort of aiming for their banker laps on the medium set, and those going straight out with the soft tyres. And we know the soft tyres will give that speed straight away in that grip. But ultimately, the mediums provide a bit more of a benefit in the race strategy.
Yeah, because of the slightly more durable compound, is we've got a yellow flag in Sector 2, which is most likely someone getting out of the way of a quicker car.
We do. I think it's one of the Mercedes. I think it was Mark who's went round at the top of turn 4. We do have our seemingly continuous qualifying sound glitch, whereby you don't hear anything. You just hear me and Carl.
Herman's just set a banker lap of a 1:18.0 on the set of softs.
Just watching Ivo Homer, and his lap was a 1:18.7, I think he did there, but it was disqualified, and Martin just goes into second and Van's into third. The moment, just watching Smith and the Alpha coming through that sort of tight turn 8, which is or turn 9, sorry, which is really easy to catch out the ERS zone and then breaking down into turn 10. Remember, folks, the track is not the same one that they used in the real life Spanish Grand Prix this season, because the track change was announced and Codemasters didn't change it as they were focusing on Imola Jeddah, which was just released today, and Portimao.
Yeah, because I think the change was to turn 10, I think, wasn't it?
It was indeed. To make it more reflective of the previous year, Smith 96 goes into second place at the moment. Let's jump on board with Alex and go for a lap of the Circuit de Barcelona-Catalunya circuit. So right down the pit straight, very long run down into turn 1. Turn 1, very much the main overtaking point, braking zone. Very difficult, nice clip the curb on turn 2 there. Now this long sweeping turn 3 called Renault Long flat out. Big amount of G-force there, and then straight shot here into turn 4. Oh.
Sorry, I've just been watching Guy and he's lost it into turn 2 on his flying lap, on his first flyer.
He'll be gutted about that.
Got slightly onto that inside curb, which took the back end round.
Yeah. keep an eye on him shortly. Turn 7 and 8 that Alex is coming up, and into this turn 9, the sweeping turn 9, and very easy just before that DRS zone to lose a bit of time or to get it unnerved. This short straight as we now come down into turn 10. Lecaxa second gear left hand, and you can see then again you've got to watch the curb on the inside here. You just want to touch it slightly, otherwise it unsettles the car. And then coming through the right handers, and then this just spurt of the throttle here, turning now into the final set of chicane as we come in. Very critical to get really good traction out of here to propel you down the pit straight. Coming through the final corner now, Alex will open the DRS and he will go across the line into 5th place, 118.8, top of our medium runners at the moment, so a good lap from him.
There was a yellow flag at turn 2, which was Scott 83, who's out of the session.
This gutting for Scott. I know that he was looking for a good solid qualifying session. So hopefully he'll give us some comments on the Discord about what happened. Just watching Ghetto Big in that Alpine at the moment as he comes up to turn 9 now. And again runs out, and he's already gone and absolutely smashed the front of that Alpine. The wheels in the front wing. I just jumped on
board of Lurpy and seen it in the background.
Yeah. The wheels and
one of the wheels come off with the tethering attached.
Yep, the wheel is nearly off that Alpine, folks. Yellow flag, and that will have and we talked about it just before as we were on board with Alex, that as you come round turn 9, if you hit that curb in the wrong place, it is so easy that it is just going to spin the back end round and you are going straight to the scene of the accident, which was unfortunately where Ghetto Biggie ended up there. We're just watching Monster just going into the pit, so he's obviously bailed out of his run. Just watching Guy, and we've got the rogue wheel of Ghetto Biggie sitting in the middle of the straight between turns 9 and 10. But Ghetto Biggie will be starting from the 20th on the grid. But again, it's so easy to do. Just seeing Guy come to the end of the lap, coming into the chicane, currently on just about 1 minute 8, 1 minute 9. He's currently on a 1:41.9. As I said, kind of just coming through. As he comes on to the pit straight, he will open his DRS, runs quite wide there, though. It invalidated his lap car.
Yeah, I just caught that at the end. He ran slightly too wide out of the turn 16, and all 4 wheels were off the track, so that's fair by the game to invalidate that. He did have all 4 tyres completely off the track, so...
Did indeed. Night Catch, the highest in the medium runs at the moment, 118.5. Got a yellow in Sector 3, but I think it's just the Mercedes of Mark.
That's its Mark. Quicker cars through.
And apologies, I got confused between Scott and Mark earlier, so apologies to Mark and Scott for that. We're just on board, we're just watching Nico Lack in the Alfa Romeo at the moment on those medium tyres.
That weird glitch of a stray tyre in the middle of the track from Ghetto Biggie's crash, as I'm on board with Damalek, who's coming through the final sector on his current flying lap.
It's going to be off-putting for a lot of the drivers. Just Nico Lack's about half a second up on his fastest, so this would, if he was to continue this, propel him up. Oh, and he's gone as he comes out the top of the hill, and does he have any damage to the tyres? No, he doesn't. He does manage to...
Damalek goes second with an 18.3. Very good job.
Superb lap from Damalek there, and we were just monitoring that. And it was as Nico Lack came out of turn 12, as he was coming just in that sort of short straight, he managed to lose it, got on the curbs, car lost it. He's very lucky not to lose a wheel. I think he will be pitting. He doesn't have any damage on that front wing.
He's on 3 lap mediums as well, so he'd rather put a fresh set of boots on and get out there.
Yes, we're just and Martin, we were just going to jump on board with him, but he is going into the pit lane, so we will jump on board with Vans Racing in that Red Bull. Back to the classic Red Bull livery, folks. The white of Red Bull is no longer. It was really nice to see.
Yeah. It's because we've had the new update with Jeddah, so obviously they would have put the Red Bull back, which is disappointing. Yes. But at least we can give our eyes a rest from that bright white.
Exactly. Vans Racing, his lap time invalidated as we were on board.
A lot of traffic in the final sector as I'm on board with Grimo, who's coming up to catch it. There's quite a bit of traffic in turn 16.
Yeah, we're
But
seeing
it's
that.
not going to affect him
No,
as he goes P8 on an 18.7 for Grimo.
Superb lap. We're just on board with Alex in the Williams as he comes down to the end of Sector 1 and is currently 7/100ths of a second up. He's currently in 10th.
Monster running slightly wide is invalidated his lap. My fellow wrestling fan, wishing him all the best tonight.
Indeed, and he's going to be looking to get another lap ASAP because he currently doesn't have a timed lap on the board.
He came slightly wide and it invalidated his lap, so he's going to have to go again.
Yep, Alex got the DRS open as he now comes down into turn 10, 7/10ths of a second quicker than he had achieved before, 118.8 at the moment, so this could propel him up onto the front row if he gets it right, but he's run really wide in turn 12 and turn 13. That is going to cost him a lot of time there. He's going to get the front end in and he's going to, now into the chicane section, 14, 15, I think he's going to have lost all that momentum, definitely. He's going to be down, he does cross the line, and goes 2/10ths slower, but he was 7/10ths up. Evo Homer now up into second, I think he just went up to there.
Yep, second on an 18.0.
Grimo and the Alpine on a slow lap. Loppy just...
Martin and Guy, the only ones out on track on mediums. They're on outlaps on a set of mediums.
Yeah, the strategy here is going to be an interesting one because if you start in the soft, you're almost committed to a two-stop strategy, and you could go soft, medium, medium, or you could go soft, medium, hard, soft, hard, medium, whatever it may be. But if you start on the mediums, if you're lucky enough that you can qualify in the top 10 on the mediums, then you're in a good place to go on a one-stopper. But if you're outside the top 10, again, start on the mediums and go one-stopper. So it's very opportunistic that people outside the top 10 or those that can qualify in the mediums would be able to do that one-stopper.
But it depends on how the person's feeling. Do they feel confident to try the hard tyre and go for the one-stop?
And it's a great point.
Monster's gone third on an 18.1 after invalidating his last lap, so that's a big improvement there.
As he'll be a happy man. The man will be chasing for a podium after he just missed out at Portugal by a matter of hundredths of a second.
I was talking him into the voice chat after the race in between the two streams, and he was really angry. He was like, "What do I have to do?"
Exactly. Let's hope he can get a good run there. Mark in the Merc now up into 9th. We're looking from the rear wing of Nightcatch in that Alpha Tauri. At the moment, he's got a Ferrari behind him as he comes through it as he's out lap. So he'll be just looking to turn the tyres up. Loppy on a quick lap now, and that has
just caught the end of Martin's lap on the medium tyre, but he didn't improve. He was like 95,000 slower.
And this is the thing. I think if you've went soft at the start, I think you're pretty much committed to that. We're just.
I've just jumped to Herman's improved to a swore. He's nearly into the 116s.
He's 9/10ths clear at the moment in that Alpha in that Aston Martin.
I just jumped to Guy towards the end of his lap, and it was invalidated. So he's going to most likely go round again on these medium tyres.
Yeah, Nico Lack, just keeping an eye on him again. As I said, he invalidated, he'd run really wide in his previous run on the mediums. He's switched on the soft compound tyres. He knows that he has to go in and do that. So coming down as he goes 0.8 of a second quicker than his fastest lap at the moment, that would put him provisionally around about 5th. But let's see as he comes through 12 and in that very short squirt of a straight into 13, crucial to get the
sorry to butt in, I just caught the end of Lopey's lap. He stayed P10, but it was a very minor improvement.
Guy's retired from the session as well, so if he is to repeat
his yellow flag just after turn 9.
It's the same place as where Ghetto Biggie went. So maybe he's touched the curbs. We're just on board. We're just going to switch on board with Evil Homer. They might clear that Ferrari up by the time, but if Guy is going to want to recreate his victory from last week at Portimao, he is going to have to do it from the back again. Let's just see as we're coming up to turn 9, and the Ferrari is in the wall, quite far down actually in terms of where the car is, but again, so unlucky for him. Hopefully he'll tell us what happened there. In terms of the battle, Nightcatch now up to second in that Alpha Tauri, so just 6/100ths behind Herman in that Aston Martin, and Nico Lack up into third place. So I'll tell you what, we got Guy at the back, Ghetto Biggie at the back, so the final two places are there. Jacob will no doubt be out.
Nightcatch is second on a 17.3. And then you got Nico on a 17.6. So definitely improvements up and down the order now, with the track being rubbered in and people now finding their comfortable spots.
Yeah, indeed. A number of our Tier 1 and Tier 3 drivers commenting, looking for strategy tips, as always, and you will see it here first, folks. Well, let's jump on board with Mark. Mark is racing his Lewis Hamilton-inspired helmet. I think the Lewis Hamilton helmet from the Brazilian Grand Prix that has just been. And let's jump on board with him in the Mercedes as he comes across the line, starts his lap currently in 10th place, coming all the way down to turn 1. We can see a Ferrari in the right hand. It's McLaren and Martin.
Evil Homer purple in sector 2. Sorry to butt in there.
No, that's all right. We will we'll jump to him. Forgive us, Mark. We will jump back to you. 3/10 quicker of his best time at the moment. It wouldn't be enough at the moment to take him what looks like onto provisional pole, but it could certainly get him up into third place as he comes through that final chicane. Gets a little bit of a squirrel, rear end steps out, coming over the line. DRS will be open, and he does go. He stays fourth, but 1:17.8.
I think he lost quite a bit of time when, as you've seen him quite squirrely there into turn 15 just before 16.
Yeah, just watching Mark come through turn 9. That rogue tyre of Ghetto Biggie still flying there. One or the other Ferrari there. Tom will getting a little bit leery out of 9.
Purple for Mark in sector 2.
Yeah, he's doing well there. He's going to be looking to bump up in the top 10. Just coming through that chicane now, nice and tight. Get the car rotated as we come into the final part of the Champagne. I was going to say we're a little bit early for that. The chicane. The Champagne, and it's not MRC2 hosted by Champagne, it's sponsored by Iron Brew. As he comes, it goes 5th. I think we said that, don't we? I think we said something like 5th. So, again, superb lap from him.
A lot of people starting to get into the 117s now.
Indeed, we've got yellow in sector 1, I think, is just people letting everybody by, but pretty much we've got all runners on the track, bar 3 who are in the pits and bar 3 who have
I've got some bad news on Monster's part. His lap's invalidated, so he's not going to get another lap in.
That's going to be gutting for him for that. So currently at the moment, the top 10 is split by about 1.1 seconds. We're just watching Alex in the Williams as he goes through 1/10 of a second up at the moment. Near enough 2 seconds. He's currently 9th. Got a few yellow flags appearing. Is there a Haas that's gone round?
Oh, Jacobs just lost it out of turn 12.
That's going to be, it'll be annoying. He'll be kicking himself for that.
I'm just saying it's unfamiliar territory seeing Jacob that far down the order.
Indeed it is. Just watching Morgan as well. Morgan's 0.3 of a second quicker in the first sector, and Herman goes quicker again. What have we got, Carl?
Nah, just seeing the lap that he did, a 17.0.
Oh, we got one of the McLarens gone really wide.
That was Jacob, because I'm on board with Martin, who's, I think he's backed out on this lap.
We're just watching Morgan and the Aston Martin coming down the straight between turns 9 and 10, DRS wide
Alex
open.
has just moved to 6th.
Good lap from him,
Alex
he'll be happy
improved.
with that. He will be. Just keeping an eye on Stub at the moment. The timing has decided to abandon us, folks, so we are going to see as they cross the line. Everybody is near enough there.
Martin's in the pit, so I think that's qualifying done.
Stub just behind us, Williams. And as he comes across the line, he does a 1:18.4, but looks like invalidated. So, qualifying has completed, folks, and we have an Aston Martin in pole position for the Spanish Grand Prix. Herman 1:17.079, 2.2 quicker than Nightcatch in the Alpha Tauri. Nico Lack in the Alfa Romeo third, Damelek fourth, Mark in the Mercedes in fifth. That rounds out the top 5. But pretty much everybody or everyone in that top 10 on the soft compounds, and we have the car sounds are back again. So here we go.
It always seems to be qualifying that we have the issue.
It does. Alex in 6th, Evil Homer in 7th, Monster in 8th, and rounding out row 5, Tomo in the Ferrari and Smith 96 in the Alfa Romeo. So the top 10 starting on those soft compound tyres that they have set their fastest laps on. Loppy and Grimm will round out row 6 with Era Voice and Stoop on row 7. 8 is Single Track and Scott. Vans Racing and Jacob are on the 9th row, and Guy and Ghetto Biggie on the final row. So Guy is going to have all his work cut out of his to repeat Portugal, as we were saying earlier on, but there is going to be an interesting strategy choice from the bottom 10. If you were there, Carl, would you be medium compound, or would you start with the hard, or would you start with the trusted soft?
If I qualified on the softs in the top 10, easy slam dunk, it'd have to be the softs. But if I was outside the top 10, I don't like the feel of the hard tyre on the 2021 game. I just don't feel comfortable in it. So I'd end up starting on the mediums and just completely ignoring that hard tyre. So I would go for like a soft and a medium, then a double soft.
Yeah, and it's entirely possible. I think it would probably I'd be similar. I'd start on the medium and look to see what would happen in the race. You never know what is going to happen, ultimately. We do have the formation lap, as you can see there, soft medium or soft medium hard as a potential, and the only two people to start on the hards is going to be Era Voice and Vans Racing. So and I think and again I might be
only Stube on the soft outside the top 10.
Yeah, so he's going to be certainly looking to jump a couple in front of him. But if I remember back, I'm sure in Portimao I'm sure Vans Racing started off on the hard compound last Monday as well, and had a good race. So we'll see how that is. Grimo on the mediums.
I know from past experience from racing against Fabian and also watching him race, he does tend to go for that strategy that no one tends to go for. He likes to go for that different strategy from everybody else.
Yeah. So just as the grid is lining up, folks, we'll give the championship standings. Guy top of the championship with 62 points from the opening 3 rounds, with Mark closely following him, behind in second 39, Monster and 38, Jacob 33 and Spit in 22. And in the Constructors' Championship, it is Ferrari 68, but Red Bull only 15 points behind on 53, Mercedes 49, Alfa Romeo 37 and Team McLaren on 33 points. So certainly Williams will be looking to get their first points of the season in this race, and a few of our drivers will be as well. So as we come up now to the automated grid formation, it's going to be that long run down to turn 1, and I'll tell you, if people can get the slipstream, Carl, that dash from the start line to turn 1 and that overtaking opportunity is going to be key for a few drivers.
Yes, it's going to be very interesting to see what happens into turns 1 and 2, because once you get through turns 1 and 2, it's literally just a sweep in turn 3 where everyone will probably be either settled or whatnot. But it's the key points at this start is mainly turns 1 and 2. Got to keep it clean through there, and then once you're into the sweep in turn 3, you're fine.
Exactly. And get a biggie, the final lining up on those medium compound tyres. We have the grid is lined up, folks, here at the Circuit de Barcelona-Catalunya. And here we go. It is 4 lights, it is 5 lights. And we are underway here in Spain, and a good start from the Aston Martin of Herman there. But Nightcatch getting a superb run down, and Nico Lack also looking as Nightcatch going to go potentially into the lead as we come down into turn 1. Is it going to be battle of the late breakers? And Herman comes round and survives into turn 1. Good start from him. Nightcatch there in second, Nico Lack in third. We do have 2 McLarens according to the timing sheets going down.
Monsters round.
Oh, that's unfortunate for him. We see 3
Monster,
drivers.
Jacob and Grimo.
Oh, it is indeed. Ghetto Biggie currently up to 14th from what was last. So good start to the race from
Guy's
him.
up to 13th.
Guy up to 13th as well. So a good start there. Scott and Stu battling at the moment as we come down into turn 6 and 7. We've got a yellow flag again in 2. I think that's Jacob. Yeah, so he's not having the greatest qualifying or race so far.
I think he's got
and we've got one of the Mercedes there car went into the wall there. I think that was Mark. He potentially lost.
I've seen him come down the order. I think Jacob's missing a side plate on his wing, so he's got damage. So he's crawling round at the moment because he's got very little downforce at the moment.
I think
he's got to do near enough a full lap with it.
He does. I think Mark must have hit that wall almost pretty much at a 90-degree angle, because there doesn't appear to be any damage. I'll tell you, the battle though that we are currently just watching is Nico Lack.
He's coming in. There is damage. Mark's in.
Watch him, Nico Lack and Damalek though, as they come down into turn 1. Nico Lack is past them. The camera angle isn't the best on that, but there you are.
Martin's folks in as well, so I think Martin's got damage somewhere as well. I think that's.
We've got one of the Nico Lack is out as they've come through. Sorry, Carl is out of turn 2. He has gone round.
Virtual safety car.
So
I'm just watching Jacob to see if he ends up being. I think he's had to back off a bit because he doesn't want to get caught up behind. Single track, but single track's out the box already, so that's easy work for the McLarens there.
We didn't catch that. We just seen, folks, you'll have seen on the stream, we just seen the end of the Nico Lack incident. The camera angle wasn't good to us.
He's on it must have been going out to turn 2 into turn 3 where it happened, looking at the track map.
Yeah, I'm just by the benefits of
drive through for Damalek.
Yeah,
speeding under the VSC, went too early.
Just looking on the stream at the moment, I'm just rewinded it slightly because the camera does follow them through, and it's as if there's no contact or anything with Damalek. It's almost as if he came out of turn 2 and put the power down too quickly, and it just flipped the car round.
Got too early on the loud pedal, as Jacob would put it.
Exactly. DRS back enabled. We are back going.
Damalek's coming in for his drive-through.
It's a sensible move to do it at this point.
Yeah.
Night catch 0.7 of a second behind Alex now into third. Damalek in the pits for that. Evil Homer in 4th. So the two Williams, 3 and 4, it's crucial for them to score points in the championship. Smith 96 in 5th. Tomo in the Ferrari up into 6th.
Monster's just got Guy's just pitted.
He's not having a great Spanish Grand Prix.
He's missing a front wing.
Oh, so there's been some contact there.
Yeah, somewhere,
that we've not seen.
He's going onto the soft tyre as well.
So he's looking to make some progress up. I think we're going to just look on board at the moment, look back in the rear wing from Alex. Evil Homer behind in that Williams. He will have DRS as they come down. It is a short straight though, between 9 and 10. Not the opportunity necessarily to make any passing movement, but Smith 96 and Tomo is following them through. Tell you the other close battle that we're having, we just jumped on board with it just now, is Night Catch and Herman. Night Catch,
he's right on the back of the race leader, is Night Cast.
Chances of a pass into
turn 1 with DRS coming up.
We're just watching from the back there of the Aston Martin. He's weaving a little bit. He's trying to lose it, but it is a battle which he wouldn't win because Night Catch easily
makes it. Yep.
Easily past him there, folks.
That's the AlphaTauri into the.
He's going to. He's run wide. He's just on board. He came out with 2, and it looked. Night Catch almost again was just a little bit. I don't know whether just got a bit leery into turn 1, went a little bit deep. Almost seemed to catch Herman off guard. Just again catching it on the stream.
I caught it in the back shot of on board of Nightcast, and all I seen was the back end of the Aston just come round.
He hit that curb on the inside of 2.
Yeah.
Folks. So for those again watching the stream, we would love to bring you replays in the stream, but we just have to talk to you about it as we reverse back slightly. But Herman now down to 11th, so our pole sitter is down into 11th behind Vans Racing in that hard shod Red Bull. Tell you what, Ghetto Biggie up to 9th place, superb, 11 places gained for him, so he will certainly be putting the disappointment of qualifying back to the back of his mind here, just focusing on it. We're seeing Stubb. It's really this tight midfield battle.
Got a nice train behind Alex.
Yeah. just seeing just now, though, it's going to literally be a DRS train, and we can see it all just now. So Alex doesn't have DRS, and that is going to be key. We're just seeing.
I think Smith's too far back to make a move into turn 1. Yep, too far back.
He is indeed. Our leader, Nightcatch, 3.8 seconds ahead.
Mind you, that train is catching the back of Evil Homer as well, so...
it is.
It's, I think it's second down to, I think, 9th. Or 9th or 10th. About 9th.
Yes, and the one thing about this track is you do get a lot of DRS trains, and what it just means is this is where the undercut or the overcut is going to be ultimately powerful. But if you're Scott, if you're Ghetto Biggie in 8th and 9th on those medium compound tyres, you are looking in a good place.
Lap.
Yep, 120.9. He is a lot. He'll be hoping for a safety car, Carl. He has to hope for a safety car. Look, I mean, we look at the track map.
I think majority of those down that order, like Grim Oath, Error Voice, Jacob, and Martin, those down and Mark probably would have their fingers crossed for a safety car, just so it brings them back into the fray.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a change of second position and possibly third here, because Evil Homer is going to be like a sitting duck down the pit
with a
straight.
20.8.
Yeah. Let's just see, is Alex going to be too close behind? He was closer, and then as they came out of the chicane, Evil Homer got a really good amount of traction. Alex is gaining on him, and we don't. And to give all credit to Evil Homer, he remains in that second position. Alex got on the inside of that curb again. Same camera angle that we were on board with.
Tomo's gone. Tomo 222.
Oh, and he's
losing
gone to
places.
Did he potentially lose it?
Vans as well was on the...
round the outside of turn 2. No damage to Tomo's car, which would be thankful for him.
I think Tomo probably touched that curb, maybe. That's my guess.
I'll tell you one thing, we will keep an eye on Nightcatch, our race leader, who is 6.5 seconds clear. It is very commanding performance. It's growing all the time at the moment, folks, and welcome.
That's only because the amount of defending Evil Homer's having to do from his teammate.
Yeah, no, definitely. And welcome to all those who are watching on YouTube from around the world. You are watching Monday Race Club with competitors all around the world racing in Tier 2. Tier 1 is starting at 8:45 GMT tonight, so just in an hour and 11 minutes. But right now, focusing on Tier 2 and Evil Homer.
Error Voice has made a mistake into turn 2.
He has indeed. Just watching the
Probably
two
got
Williams.
on that curb again.
Yep, I think this is going to be Alex and Scott's gone. Scott has gone. We're just watching an overtake just now, and we've got overtakes aplenty. We've got safety car, Carl. So the safety car is coming out, and I will tell you one thing.
I've just seen it, and Scott is on near the pit entry.
Oh, so is he?
Onto the end, at the pit entry going into turn 16.
Let's just jump on board. Oh, so he has. So he's almost as if he's come out of that last chicane and almost lost it. I'll tell you, the ones that are kind of benefiting from this are your likes of Loppy, who have just pitted. Smith 96 has just pitted, so they have just hit the safety car, though. Are they going to get let around?
Mark's in as well.
He is indeed. So
he's gone to the hard tyre.
So our first safety car, folks.
Guy's pitting as well.
Guy, I think would probably make sense to put the mediums on or the hard. Certainly, he's only been a couple of laps, 3 laps on those soft compound tyres.
Jacobs carried on through. Error Voice drive through. I think he's trying to catch up to the back of the pack, and he's probably got himself a bit too eager.
Yeah, so we would fully expect Nightcatch.
He's coming into the pits anyway, so he's probably going to put some fresh rubber on, and I'm just going to keep an eye on to see if he has any wing change. Okay,
Nightcatch just coming around the chicane at the moment, likely to see the AlphaTauri into the pits, and yes, we do. I would fully expect the top 4 to come in. It would leave Ghetto Biggie potentially leading the race as it comes to Nightcatch. Alex comes in. I'll tell you what, the two Williams have to watch here, because it will be double stacking for them, and it is going to be. We're just on board with Evil Homer. Ghetto Biggie has pitted as well, so he's decided he's had enough of those medium tyres.
If I were Evil Homer, I would have tried to really. I know it's a dangerous idea, but I would have tried to really really back off. I would have tried to really back off.
He's lost about 5 seconds easily in that, unfortunately for him. Loppy is just coming through just now. So who is going to come out? So Nightcatch, I think at the moment is leading, yes, collecting the safety car. Grimo's got a drive-through penalty.
Yep.
And everybody's so keen to get the vital seconds and milliseconds from the safety car, but it doesn't always pay off, folks. Sometimes you have to just be a bit canny. I'll tell you what, Vans Racing in that Red Bull stayed on those hard compound tyres and up into 4th at the moment. And Ghetto Biggie
he is really paying dividend on those hards.
Yeah, so a couple of people switched to hard compound tyres. Ghetto Biggie went from medium to hard, so he's done his 2, he's allocated in terms of the 2 tyre compounds. So is Mark, so both of them went on to the hard compound tyre, so they can certainly get to the end. Vance hasn't made a stop yet, so I think he's the only one of the running players to have not made a stop yet. They have cleared that Mercedes, so I would anticipate the safety car will stay out this lap.
Yeah, Vans is the only one that hasn't pitted yet, like you said, because I've just had a quick check. Andy's up 13 places, and Ghetto Big is up 14 from their starting places.
Yes. Just a couple of penalties, folks. 8 laps in, a couple of drive-through penalties, but so far, crucially, no time penalties for for track limits, which is going to be good news for all players. It does make the clean racing even more critical. As you said, Ghetto Biggie up 14, Vans Racing up 13, and Stoob up 9, and Smith 96 up 7. So some really good. The kind of losers so far are Mark's dropped 9, Damalek's dropped 7, Herman's dropped 9.
I've got my fingers crossed that Error Voice can get to the back of the queue before the safety car decides to come in, because he's about 21 seconds behind Grimo. It is getting smaller, but I just hope he can get to the back of the queue before the safety car comes in. And looking at the track map, I think he will easily.
He will indeed.
Because the last thing you want to do is not be up to the back of the queue and the safety car decides to go in.
Yep. So it will be, when the safety car decides to go in, Nightcatch will become the de facto safety car. And for those that aren't familiar with Formula One rules, the activation of DRS, the drag reduction system, does not come into play until 2 laps after the safety car has come into the pit lane. So if the safety car does come in at the end of this lap, it will be the beginning of lap 12 when the DRS activation is there. Nightcatch becomes the de facto safety car and will be responsible for the restart, and we hope it's a clean restart. Some venting of frustration in the Tier 1 race last week in terms of one of the safety car restarts. Just unfortunate.
I think I caught that, and I've just got some slight news for you that Jacob has put into the chat. He is suffering with rear wing damage.
Oh, right. Let's go and have a little...
He's got rear wing damage after someone lost it at T1 and put me into the wall.
We're just looking at the back of the McLaren at the moment. No obvious visual signs of damage, but we'll keep an eye.
But I'll take his word for it, because he's the one in that car, so he knows better than we do. Safety
car is in, so Nightcatch becomes the default de facto safety car, folks. So as he comes now out of the final chicane, safety car dives into the pit lane, and he's going already, absolutely flooring it. He is going to look to bring back the advantage that they had at the start of the race. We are green and racing again, folks. Smith is all over the back of Alex.
Has moved to the inside to try and break that toe.
Just watching as we come back through. Vans Racing still in 4th on those hard compound tyres. Then we've got Stoob in the Aston Martin.
Herman
then
looking to go down going down the inside of Evil Homer into turn 1 and making it stick.
Does indeed. We'll just.
I think that was the only
yellow.
position.
We got Vance is out. Vance is out. He's lost it on the.
He's on the inside of turn 3.
He has of turn 3. He has indeed. So another yellow flag. Vans Racing. He was doing so well up into what was around about sort of 4th place.
Yeah,
on those hard compounds.
Those hards, and he hadn't pitted. He was in a prime place.
Yes, indeed. So let's just jump back up as we go. As I said, no DRS this lap or next lap, folks. So it is any overtaking is going to be through ERS deployment. So battery pack. We're on board with Ghetto Biggie. He's around about 80% ERS at the moment. Morgan in front of him sitting at 86%, and that will charge as they come through. And Vans, there we go, is leaving the session.
Guy just showed his hand at Mark, like sticking his hand down the inside to say, I'm here and I will have a look at taking you sooner or later.
He will indeed, possibly down the start-finish straight, and we're just watching the top three.
You've got Monster all over the gearbox of Martin.
I'll tell you, we'll jump to that in a second, but Stube 3 seconds behind Smith, 96 now.
I've just jumped to Herman, who's right under the gearbox of Tomo. Moves to the inside.
There we go. Is there going to be a bit of contact? They've got to watch, boys. Keep it clean. A little bit of wheel bashing. Oh, there was a bit of wheel bashing there. A little bit of get your elbows out, boys. But let's keep it clean.
Monster's
gone as well. And he's on. Oh, is that turn two? So let's just keep an eye because Grimmo's coming down. So let's just jump on board with Grimmo. Actually, let's jump on board with Era Voice because we can see there. So Monster looks as if he's lost it.
He's on the outside.
He is. It's another turn. It's another turn 2 victim, Carl. Yep. Turn 2 is causing chaos.
He is going to be absolutely fuming because he was fuming after the Portugal race.
He was.
I think he's going to be fuming even more right now.
I'll tell you one thing, Ghetto Biggie is right on the back of Morgan and he's going, get a move on. He's almost pushing at times that Aston Martin. He's saying, I want to get on the podium, let me through, is what he's saying.
Guy's practically doing the same thing with Mark.
So let's just keep an eye. Nightcatch, fastest lap. Stoop has managed to...
The two, and Jacob is near enough pushing Martin round turn 15.
He is.
As well.
We're just seeing those two McLarens just now, and we're just looking at Guy. So let's just jump on board with Guy. Mark, Jacob's weaving out in front to break the toe to Mark. Mark is there. Is Guy using his ERS? Is he going to go down the inside? No, he thinks better of it. We do. And Ghetto Biggie's gone as well. It's another turn 2 casualty.
And another safety
car number 2, folks, is out at the circuit to Barcelona-Catalunya.
It just keeps getting better, doesn't it?
It does. we talked about drama in Portimao a week ago. We talked about drama in Imola 2 weeks ago, in Bahrain 3 weeks ago. We have not disappointed you again, folks. Monday Race Club is your go-to point for absolutely immense racing, but we do have entertainment at the same time. We are currently 5 drivers down and just over 1/3 through the race.
I'm wondering if any of the front runners are going to come in for a set of softs.
It's too. I just don't see it. I think maybe
I've just thought it's probably slightly too early, like you were just about to say.
Yeah, I mean, we look at it and we've only had 3 laps since the last safety car actually came out. Black and white flag for Jacob.
I'm surprised the safety car didn't come out after Monster's incident.
Yeah, just seen one of the comments from Mark Simba 151. Got one of the McLarens has went into the pits and it's Jacob, but I think he was joking there, saying black and white flag for too much weaving on the start-finish straight for our McLaren.
He went full Fernando Alonso.
He did indeed.
With the weaving.
He did indeed. You are allowed to do a bit of weaving, but got to keep it clean, folks. Got to keep it clean. Safety car as we are at the moment. So if you've just joined us, our pole sitter Herman is in last and 15th at the moment. He was battling for the lead with Nightcatch and was the first victim of kind of turn 2 when it kind of spun around, lost a bit of time, and since then we've probably lost 2 or 3 cars from turn 2 alone. So for Tiers 1 that races later on this evening, for Tier 3 on Wednesday, they will be taking note of turn 2 because it is deadly.
I can already say that I'm saying to myself in my head, avoid the curb on turn 2, avoid the curb on turn 2.
Turn 2.
Just that little race engineer in the back of my head saying, don't touch the curb in turn 2.
This is another curb. We're just on board with Air Voice just saying the curb that we've just passed on the left hand side into turn 7 is another killer, and so is this one on turn 9, but this one on the outside there just to your left. There we are in bold boy. Note to self for tonight, don't touch T2. Yep, T2 is not a curb to deal with. And Andrew
dear.
just
I've just seen what Monster's put as well. He's put I give up with today, honestly.
It's unfortunate. It's as with everything, as we always say, do you know what? There'll be some good races, there'll be some bad races that we all have, and we've all had them, and we all band together, and everyone has their day. It will come.
Just going to say a quick message to Monster. He's got next week, and all he's got to do is try and lay the smack down on that on the next race, and hopefully pull a few points back.
Next race is Monaco, Carl.
Aye, which is
should be interesting. We'll save the Monaco magic till next week. But
I'm just going to say on the matter that I'm not looking forward to it, to be honest.
I think you might be in the majority there, Carl. Whilst we're under safety car conditions, it wouldn't be a tier 2 in a Night Shadow, myself, Gav, talking about tracks and history without a bit of that. We've not done much of that tonight, but this circuit was built in 1992 as part of the Barcelona Olympics development programme. And the first actual car race was the 1991 Spanish Touring Car Championship. So it is a newish track, about 30 years old. So and Formula One then raced at it. So it's certainly a very close one to the UK, a couple hours away by plane, just on the outskirts of Barcelona. But it is an interesting track, and it's definitely in the real life F1 has been the scene of many explosive races. We don't forget 2016.
Yeah, I can name a few things. Obviously, we mentioned our safety car in this lap. I will go shut up on that matter now, because we're about to go racing.
If we get another safety car, Carl, we've got even more that we can talk about for this circuit.
Oh, yes, definitely. But no safety cars, please, lads.
Yes, let's keep it clean. Let's get it to the end, folks. So Night Catch is the de facto safety car as well,
He's
and goes already.
Like last time.
He is literally getting to
the same as the last restart.
DRS line. So as we come through, already gaining around about 0.8 of a second. There, let's just move it as we go through. So Alex up into second, and Smith 96 into third, Stub into fourth. Stub was kind of falling back from the front trio after the last safety car, so he's going to want to try and
stay just gone past Error Voice into turn 1 on that restart.
So our pole sitter starting to move up the field, starting to reclaim. Loppy is all over the back of Stub as they come round turn 4, now down into 5.
Nightcast already opened up a 1.6 second lead, near enough 1.5, 1.6 already over Alex.
It's a superb lap times that Nightcatch is doing, absolutely blasting away from everybody. Martin there in the McLaren on those hard compound tyres, Mark on those hard compounds, Guy just behind on the medium compound tyres, and he's got a little bit squirrely as he came out of turn 9, and he was very lucky not to potentially lose it, the number 69 Ferrari. And he's got Tomo 222, his teammate, just behind him. Ferrari leading the Constructors' Championship, and Guy top of the Drivers' Championship at this moment. Mark, who is in front of him, is second. So closest battle at the moment. There's quite a few of them, and Smith has got past Alex on the out turn of the final corner. So something has definitely happened there. I wonder if Alex was a little bit wide.
My guess is either Alex ran slightly wide, or Smith got just slightly better traction out the corner.
Yeah, and at the moment it's just Guy who's got a time penalty down in 10th, 3 seconds for track limits. Stub 1.8 behind Alex in that Aston Martin.
Nightcast 2.4 seconds ahead now.
There's some absolute
really
pace.
Putting the hammer down.
Yeah. Not on those medium compound tyres, almost bearing in mind that before the first safety car there was a lead of about 8 seconds. single track and the McLaren holding off the Mercedes, but we can see here that Guy right behind Mark.
A great train behind Martin.
There is. Remember DRS, folks, this is
aboard the Martin train.
Exactly. This is the no DRS this lap. DRS will be activated. Martin got a huge tank slapper out of turn 9 there. Absolutely. The rear end stepped out completely. He looked as if he stepped on the brake to control that. But
Jacob looking to go down the inside of Herman in turn 10.
Oh, and he does. He doesn't. We're just watching.
Gets the place back.
Yeah, let's put it this way: you don't want to be jumping that curb on turn 11 because that will spin you around.
You want to do, yeah.
Exactly. Let's go jump back. DRS now enabled.
DRS is enabled.
Let's jump on board with the McLaren of Martin. Oh,
Jacob must have just touched the back there of Herman, and he's coming in.
Oh, right, okay.
He's got slight damage off of that.
Keep an eye on that. The weaving has started slightly, folks, on the start-finish straight. Remember, DRS is now enabled, but would not have been enabled for the first run down.
Yep, Jacob's having a new wing change, and he's going to the soft tyres as well.
He's... we've got one of the Ferraris round. Tomo is out!
222's gone.
He's out!
Turn 2!
Another victim of turn 2.
Safety car this time,
and he will be kicking himself. He has not had the luck this year in the variety of races, whether it be tier 3 or tier 2. It's unfortunate for him that he has gone round on turn 2, but he is not going to be the last victim of turn 2, and we're going to see it on the stream just now. Jacob just allowing us to see that. Oh, actually he's gone, so we weren't going to see it, but on the outside of turn 2 going round again. So virtual safety car. All cars driving to a Delta, they're not allowed.
Before the VSC, Nightcat's lead was about 3 seconds, and it had just dropped down to...
Oh, Martin's got a drive-through penalty.
Yeah, as we're going racing again.
We are. DRS will become activated, but you're right, Nightcat's lead did drop, and it should balance itself out over the course of the Delta. And Smith 96 is pitting from 3rd place, so he's getting rid of those medium compound tyres. What is he going to put on? And Martin is in the pits as well. He'll serve his drive-through penalty. Yeah. But what is Smith moving to? Is he getting a front wing change? Let's just see. We're just looking at the pits just now. No, he's not, but he's going on to the hard compounds. He is indeed. Era Voice just passing there. Guy in front of the Aston Martin. Herman right behind him there, and Mark
is doing a splendid job on those hard to get, as Herman looking to go down the inside of Guy.
He is. Mark is almost the cork in the bottle.
Boys. Yep. Nicely done, you two. Nicely done.
There's Mark, the cork in that bottle. He's going to go. Again. We're just looking from the back of the Mercedes, and Guy almost, he just steps out a little bit, didn't want to make too much contact. But Mark, bearing in mind, is on those hard compound tyres, so he does have the durability to get to the end of the race. He's a master of the hards, as Mark. He showed that in practice, and he did. I'll tell you what, those hards might be solid, but they are a little... Oh, what a move! Is Mark going to get him? Is Mark going to get him back? No, he doesn't.
Twitchy again out of turn 10 as well.
He did. I'll tell you one thing though, those hards, I just...
Guy poking his nose down the inside, but thought better of it.
He is. Nightcatch and Smith 3 seconds, but Nightcatch fastest man. Let's just stay on board with Mark. Let's just flip down actually into Guy in the Ferrari. He activates his DRS. Mark gets DRS as well. ERS deployment full flat for Guy. And is he going to make his way past Mark? We're just seeing a left-hand side breaking down the inside, and through he goes. Mark down to 9th, Guy up to 8th place. The hard compound tyres can work, but I just think there's a distinct lack of grip.
1:19.8
he does
on those soft tyres, trying to make up the time before the VSC.
He's shown his hand on how quick he can be. Yep. He's just been unlucky with incidents. Evil Homer 0.3 of a second now behind Stube. I'll tell you what, it's starting to really 4 seconds between Nightcatch and Alex, 4 seconds between Alex and Loppy. So, and then we've got the DRS train, and Evil Homer's going to go up the inside of Morgan as we come into 10.
On board with Evil Homer.
Good pass.
As Lurpy just in front ran slightly wide out to turn 10. As I was on with Evil Homer.
Guy dropping back from Herman. Herman's all over the back of Damalek. He's almost again pushing him along. So let's just keep on board with Herman. It's going to be the DRS train though. Evil Homer will not get DRS, but here we see Damalek does. Herman will get DRS, so will Guy. Mark won't, unfortunately. Grimo 10th. No place trains. And this is the thing about Barcelona. If you get into this DRS train, Carl, it's so easy, it's so difficult to get past people because everyone's got DRS, but we're just seeing Damalek and Herman's going around. Is he going to go around the inside up into turn 4? He would be a brave man if he does, and I don't think he is. He's
better of it.
He did indeed. I don't think he was going to stick his nose down there.
Although I do
but
think
he's going
Damalek
for it now.
was a bit wide out of that corner and got less traction as Herman's looking to go around the outside again. But
I wouldn't be going round.
No,
I wouldn't be going around the outside of turn 5. No, definitely not. Definitely not. And Guy is all over them again. He's saying, "Come on, boys, I'm back. I'm fighting again." Maybe recharging his battery slightly. Again, the DRS train. We aren't forgetting about the leaders.
I'm just going to say this. All credit to Lurpy, who is keeping this train at bay.
He is indeed.
And he's
very
on
good
12-lap mediums as well.
He is indeed.
He's losing time to Alex, but he's doing a splendid job keeping these lot behind.
He is. Again, folks, we're not forgetting the top 3 or the top 2, but we are keeping an eye on this 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th battle because there's going to be passes aplenty, hopefully. But again, it's a DRS train. Everybody is going to be looking for the pace, and nobody has got the sort of overspeed. The Aston Martin, though,
I just dropped back down to Error Voice, who's looking to line up Grimo into turn 1.
And he passes.
Makes it stick.
Doesn't do. Oh, we've got the 2 Aston Martins going for Damalek at the moment. It's almost a green team. Oh, 3 abreast into 4.
I just caught it, and
and there's wheel banging and everything. Oh, I'll tell you what, that's
getting feisty.
Guy going down the inside there of Herman, but I'll tell you what, that was a tag team of Aston Martins on a Haas. Poor Damalek. He was yellow flag in 1.
Jacobs lost it in turn 2.
He's retired. So another victim of 2.
No, the car's still going. I think he's just decided to retire himself. The car's still going. I think he's had enough tonight.
It's unfortunate.
Blame him.
He's not. He's just lap after lap challenge incidents, and unfortunate for him. Sectors 1 and 2 yellow flag. I think, as we've said, that is Jacob in the McLaren. And,
the McLaren's pulling over.
Yeah, so we're down to 13 runners, folks, 7 retirees this evening, and we have 12 exhilarating laps left here at the Circuit de Barcelona-Catalunya, and we've got Herman about to go up the inside as we come down the pit straight. Catch what Guy goes on. Is Herman going to make it down the inside of Damalek this time into turn 1? No, he doesn't. But he's going to try on turn 2, and I tell you what, he monstered the curb in turn 2.
Guy's having a wing change.
So he must have had some contact
and
here.
He's gone to the soft tyre as well.
And Herman's going to go up the inside. He does indeed have Damalek into turn 4, so he's had a couple of tries on that Haas, and he's finally got through now, so he will be glad, but he does have a 3-second time penalty.
It's not been the best of races for our Tier 2 championship leader tonight.
It hasn't. Mark, currently 2nd in the championship, is 8th on the road at the moment. But again, night catch now.
Is 13th, but he should be able to easily catch Martin before the end of this race.
He should indeed. We're just on the looking from the rear wing of the Haas of Lope as we look at Evil Homer. And Herman's gone round, coming out through turn 12. He's lost it.
Did he catch the curb on the inside?
I'm not sure, Carl. We were looking back and we just seen him do a bit of a pirouette there, and Lope is in the pits. Evil Homer will take
I'm
third
just going
place.
to watch Lope to see what he does.
Is Herman pitting? No, he doesn't. He stays
Mark's
out.
pitting.
Mark has pitted, though. He's going to go on too. Is he going to go on the softs, do you think?
I think both Lurpy and Mark will swap to the soft tyres here.
He is indeed.
No, it's another set of mediums for Lurpy.
Right. So.
And I'm just going to keep an eye on Mark.
We're just.
Mark's on mediums as well. So Mark's gone hard to medium.
Okay, so an interesting strategy. He's obviously looking at it from a basis of tyre durability.
I'll tell you something, I'm going to give him a shout here, but I think Aerovoice is doing a brilliant job on those hards, 17 laps old, but so's Martin with those 20 lap hards.
He did. Aerovoice started on the hards as well, I think. So he's obviously.
I think he's pitted. I think he's pitted though. If
Okay.
I'm not mistaken, I'll just have a quick look.
He's two stops. You're right. He has indeed. The first of the two stoppers is Herman at the moment. We're just seeing Aerovoice and Grimo, absolutely Grimo and Aerovoice on the hard compound tyres. Aerovoice looking for him. We can see the gaps in there. 7.8 seconds to Alex in second from Nightcatch, then 12 seconds Nightcatch to Evil Homer in third. So there's a huge lead. Stube is in indeed.
I'm just going to watch to see what he swaps to.
So you're going to go medium. We're just watching Aerovoice and Grimo right now. Grimo is going to get DRS, and Grimo is he going to go? And he does get through. Aerovoice was on the inside of the start-finish straight, but then moved to the outside, and Grimo got him. So the Alpine passes Smith 96 just in 8th, and
Guy with a 19.1 on the fastest lap.
Yes, unless he's in the top 10, that will not give him a point though. So at the moment, our championship leader,
he's right up behind Mark and Stube. Stube has just come out of the pits, and he's right up the gearbox of Mark as he runs wide in turn 3.
Yeah, he's just got another 3-second penalty.
For a way through.
Yeah, Damalek is currently chasing after Evil Homer. Tell you what, the two Williams, we did say at the during qualifying that they needed some points, and they are currently running second and third in this race. So a really good showing for the Williams team this evening, and that would give them all easily 33 points, which would be a great haul for them.
And if Frank Williams was ever watching this, he'll be popping a cork right now.
He will indeed. He'll be on the blower to them saying, good one, boys, good one. And Nightcatch is in, our leader. Soft compound tyres. So the gamble is being made.
So it's now a Williams 1-2.
Exactly. Now, those medium compound tyres are currently 16 laps. Oh, right. So we're really talking. That's going to be extreme. I very much doubt.
Has gone for the undercut here, and I wonder if it's going to work. I think he might pull it off. What's the gap to Alex?
So the gap to Alex at the moment,
11.1.
Yeah.
Well, it's down to 10 seconds now.
It's coming down quickly. So I think if you're Alex and Evil Homer, you have to react now. Otherwise, you're just going to be swallowed up.
Mind you, they do not want to double stack again because they'll lose. If it were me, if I was doing this, if I were Evil Homer, I would do the opposite to Alex. So if Alex stays out, I would go in. If Alex goes in, I would stay out.
Yep, let's just see Alex coming into the chicane section, turns 13, 14 and into 15. Is Alex pitting? No, he's not. He continues.
Just watching Evil Homer.
And he continues as well. So does Damalek. So, and Nightcatch is gaining already. 2 seconds.
He is gaining hand over fist on these front 3.
So those that are watching, Aerovoice just going into the pits just now as well. So those that are watching who are racing in Tier 1 shortly or Tier 3 on Wednesday, you are wanting strategy options. By crikey, you've had a lot to think about in the last hour, folks, because it has certainly not been dull.
Soft tyres for Fabian.
Yep, just watching Loppy and Martin just on the pit straight. Martin keeping the Haas behind him. Good protect and drive and move there.
Mark's made a move on Stube.
It has indeed. This championship, second in the championship, currently collecting 1 point at the moment. Loppy there.
Every little helps.
It does indeed. It does indeed. You never know. All it takes is a non-result or a non-score. Nightcatch.
Guy is really far back now. He's about so far back. I wonder if he's made a mistake somewhere. Do
you know the interesting thing? So Nightcatch has only taken, I say only, it's okay, it's about 1.6, 1.5 seconds out of Alex's lead.
Damalek's going to have a good run here on Evil Homer.
Yep, he's going to have DRS.
He's got the ERS activated as well.
And there he goes.
Mind you, he's about out of it almost, as he makes the move even before the corner. So that's the hassle up into P2.
I mean, it is a high degradation tyre circuit, so just because and is Nightcatch pushing too hard now and going to lose and going to run out of tyre? I almost think Alex is taking the gamble to go to the end of the race. To pit now, you're going to not get. Oh, he's gone wide! He has indeed in 5. Maybe that is the turning point of this race that forces him to come into the pits. We were saying, could he get to the end? And he's taking the gamble. Commentator's curse is coming back. But I think Damalek is now going to see this as his opportunity to come out in a net second if he can get DRS, which he does, and he'll have.
Yeah, Evil Homer will get the DRS off of Damalek as well as Damalek goes
through
into the lead.
He does, but he runs wide in 10. Yeah. He's going to have to watch. He doesn't get a penalty. He does. So
didn't.
Again.
And Nightcatch right on these 3 now. He is right there now.
He is indeed. Herman just another sort of 6 seconds back from this group. So Damalek comes through. None of them pit. I'll tell you one thing, that is brave.
Evil Homer's going to be a sitting duck here for Nightcatch.
Nightcatch is about to sail past, and the other Williams, Alex, is going to go past Damalek.
Yep.
Tell you what, Evil Homer has to defend, but he can't.
AlphaTauri into 3rd.
Exactly, it's like trying to defend a speeding bullet. You're never going to manage it. Random analogy, I know, folks, but it's what you come to expect from me. So Nightcatch going up the inside of Damalek now into turn 4. I think the grip of those soft compound tyres will make it an easy one. Will Damalek fight into 5? Nightcatch round the outside. Oh, and they've touched slightly. Oh, and I'll tell you one thing, that could have ended badly. It could have indeed. Nightcatch is going to see Alex's rear wing of that Mercedes. That Mercedes, well, it is a Mercedes engine in the back of the Williams.
Mercedes-powered Williams, yes.
Exactly. So Nightcatch in the DRS is not close enough to make that move there, but very defensive from Alex. Nightcatch almost looking to go up the inside between turns 10 and 11, and you're almost saying...
He's got so much more grip on those soft
does, and Alex running wide, and they've banked wheels again and again. This is what's going to happen. These 3 medium compounders, Alex, Damalek and Evil Homer, have all taken the decision that they're going to run these tyres to the end, and they are struggling. But Nightcatch...
Those tyres are crying out.
They are indeed. Nightcatch is going to make it past, though. I'll tell you what, running out of ERS, 6.54%, but he's going to go around the outside, and Alex does the sensible thing and doesn't fight it too much. I'll tell you one thing, Carl, don't know if you've noticed, got a little bit darker.
It has, but I don't think we're going to see any rain before the end of this race. I'm not sure.
I think the forecast was, and look at that, Nightcatch purple in sector 1 already. So absolutely going for the fastest lap already. So which is currently, I think Guy has got the fastest lap at the moment, but no points. Everyone else in the top 10's relatively spread out. We're really focusing on this battle. I think Nightcatch is going to now go
it's Guy who's got the fastest lap at the moment to 19.1 down in 13th.
I'll tell you one thing. Herman has just gradually pulled himself back into this. He's on 16 lap old mediums, 4 and 5 laps younger than the cars in front of him. And he started on pole. Let's not forget, this was our pole sitter, and he's going to be looking to get back into second. But let's just keep an eye out on the front. Nightcatch squirreling away into the lead, 1.4 seconds. Actually, not gaining.
Not
as
gaining
much.
that much. No, I think he's took too much out of those tyres, catching the front 3 up,
and didn't get fastest lap either. Oh, we're just seeing on the stream, Carl, 1,000th of a second slower than Guy.
Oh.
Do you know what?
You can still park a bus in that gap.
You could, yeah. I'll tell you one thing: if you are, if it comes down to points win prizes, 1 point can decide the championship, and that could be crucial. So, Alex in the Williams second, Damalek in the Haas third, Evil Homer fourth.
It will help Guy going away, because at least it takes that bonus point away from those ahead of him and probably catch him in the championship.
Yeah, definitely. Smith 96 gets the 3 seconds.
It helps Ferrari out in a way, because at the moment Ferrari are not going to score
No, they're not. And Mercedes are only scoring one. I'll tell you the interesting, just looking at the penalties now. So we're 3 laps from the end. Herman has 9 seconds of penalties. Grimo has 3. We've got a yellow and 1.
Flag.
Oh, Guy's gone.
Guy's retired.
So let's
turn 3.
So we'll jump on board with Nightcatch just now as we come down into turn 1. Let's see
it's on the exit of turn 3. The dot on the mini map is on the outside, so I think he's lost it. Ran wide and something or other. I'm guessing the Ferrari's going to be on the outside.
There it is indeed. Oh, he's facing the wrong way as well, so he's certainly had a moment there. But just looking at those penalties, so Alex has got a 3-second penalty. So at the moment, Damalek's within half a second. Herman's 9/10. Herman's
Evil
passed.
Homer and Grimo have got 3. Smith's got 6. Mark, Stube, and Error Voice have got 3 as well.
So our 4 clean drivers this evening so far without penalty is Nightcatch, Damalek, Loppe and Martin.
If it carries on as this, I wonder if Martin could come away with at least 1 or 2 points looking at the penalties.
They definitely could. Let's just jump to that battle. Martin on those hard compound tyres.
I'm just looking at the delta and then the tyre, the time delta, the gap delta in the penalties, and trying to work out if he would or not. He'll get 10th because he's still within 3 seconds of Stu.
He has.
But I think he's just outside the window for Mark, so I reckon he could still get a point at least for McLaren.
He has indeed. We're just about to watch Herman go past Damalek on track to take 3rd place. But he does have 9 seconds of penalties, remember, folks. Sweeping down into turn 1, then turn 2, mounting that curb. We don't want to do that too much. We've seen it.
I think Nightcast is taking it rather easy. Yes, he's 2.1 seconds up, but I think he's taking it nice and easy not to take too much out of those tyres towards the end of this race.
I'll tell you one thing.
Then again, Alex is probably taking his time as well.
Yeah.
On those 23 lap mediums.
I wouldn't. I mean, my hat goes off to Alex, to Damalek, and to Evil Homer for that tyre. 24 laps on a set of mediums. Sorry, I've got to take my hat off to Martin as well. 29 laps on those hard compound tyres as well. So. Folks, if you're looking for strategy...
He's got Error Voice right up his gearbox going into turns 5.
It does. Oh, Grimo's gone. Grimo is gone. Grimo. He has indeed. Oh! For those that were watching the stream just there.
It's alright, Gav. Ghosting is on, don't worry.
I'll tell you one thing, though. The last thing you want to do coming round turn 7 and 8 is to see a car.
Yeah. You just see a car like in the bit parked in the middle of the road, and you're like, "Oh God!"
Yep. Here we go, folks. Here we go. And Herman now up into 2nd. He has passed Alex as we were getting a little bit focused on the battle for 10th. But Herman,
I don't think he'll be able to open up 9 seconds though, because we're on the last lap. Plus those. Mind you, he's gone purple in that first sector on those 20 lap mediums.
So he's again. Mind you, though, he got DRS and he would have really good. He'd probably use an ERS as well. And this is going to be where
30 laps on those.
I know. Oh, he's just been passed. But if he can stay within 3 seconds, we're just gonna jump to.
He's got Grimo all over him as well. But I agree with you.
Nightcatch has gone wide at 10. But and there's the 3 second time penalty.
3 seconds,
I'll tell you one thing. 1.5.
I think Damalek's about in that window.
He is, but he's going to finish 2nd. He's just outside the 3 seconds. So we're just watching Nightcatch come through the final corner, and then the AlphaTauri across the line and wins the Grand Prix on track. Damalek now up to 2nd, Alex in 3rd, Herman is going to finish 4th with Evil Homer in 5th. Smith 96 is currently coming through the chicane in the Alfa Romeo. He does have a 6 second penalty. It will drop him back, folks, but he is coming round now and crosses the line utilising ERS.
Lost it behind Martin.
Loppe now 6th, Smith 7th, Mark's going to cross the line in 8th, Stube crosses the line 9th, Error Voice is going to come into 10th, but he's going to lose that place to Martin, who's going to take the final point. 31
laps. Martin,
Take a
you
bow.
legend.
Take a
You
bow.
absolute legend.
I will say one thing. The performance of some of our drivers tonight, 26 lap old mediums, 25 lap mediums, 31 lap hards. What a superb, and here we go, we finish the stream part of the race on board with that mighty McLaren, the hard shot Team McLaren. Guy gets driver of the day according to the game. We will have driver of the day, obviously through Discord. Please make sure you get your votes in post this race. We have a huge, tremendous amount of action. But Nightcats
The last time
takes
we
the
had
lead.
an AlphaTauri on top was the Italian Grand Prix of 2020.
Exactly. I won in my AlphaTauri in Monza in season 4. So I think that was the last time we did have an AlphaTauri win. So Team AlphaTauri take I have to say a commanding victory. The pace of Nightcatch tonight was absolutely superb.
Yes.
There we go, folks. Nightcatch takes the victory with Damalek
Herman
second
gets
in
the
the Haas.
fastest lap there on an 18.9, so he
does
gets a
indeed.
bonus point.
Does indeed. Alex third in the Williams. Remember, these are all provisional results, folks. Herman fourth, Eva Homer fifth, Loppy sixth, Smith 96 seventh, Mark in eighth, Stoop in ninth, and Martin takes out the final point of the Grand Prix in 10th. Aerovoice, Grimo, and Guy round out the 13. We only had 13 finishers, folks. Well, technically 12. Guy does get counted, but he did finish in the barrier 4 laps before the end of the race. And then our retirees, Jacob, Tomo, Ghetto Biggie, Monster, Van, Scott, and Nico Lack. Tier 1 is coming up shortly, but Carl, once more, a superb race.
Definitely. A lot of strategies on play there and some brilliant driving throughout the tier.
Exactly. We always say, folks, stay tuned to MRC. You get entertainment in the bundles, and we have Tier 1 coming up in just under 28 minutes time, so stay tuned to YouTube for that. Carl, thank you very much for another enjoyable day in the commentary box. Mighty Spanish heat. I will let you go and enjoy Tier 1 whilst I go and get ready to race in Tier 1. And
get in that sweat box of a McLaren.
Exactly, that's it, and figure out what my strategies are. But folks, thank you very much for tuning in. This has been Carl Edens and Gavin Jenkins, a bit W365 and Night Shadow SC, and we will speak to you again this time next week in Tier 2, but Tier 1 with Mark and Andrew is coming up shortly. Have a good evening.
Good night.